Hey, IDS 302. My voice is going today. How you doing? This is Wednesday, August 26th, about 2 o'clock. Let's get into module 2. All right, so again, I was talking to you guys about the weird scheduling kind of thing. I hope you're hanging in there with me, and it's just use it as a chronological following to the course. But module 1, sorry, August 26th today until next Tuesday or Wednesday. Let's see, September 2nd is a Wednesday. So it's Wednesday through Wednesday. 8 days, I believe. Let's check it out. Yes, 8 days. Okay. So, all right. Um, you ready to go? Time to do some university level research. That's gotta scare you. No, don't let it scare you. But things are gonna get exciting. You're gonna find out what it means to step up your game, and you're gonna start doing things that are productive and will help you out later in life, right? As again, what I want you to do is be better consumers of knowledge, even if you don't do another research paper, as long as you live. You're going to understand the processes, right? So let's talk about the learning materials right off the bat in Module 1. Let me just jump to number 3 on here because I put down to read Chapter 3, 4, and 5, and I also had Chapter 3 in the intro module. So you don't have to read it again. I mean, again, reading is reading. You can reread stuff. You don't have to read anything. It's up to you. But I put it in here twice, and I just left it. I don't want to confuse anybody. But make sure you've read chapter 3, of course, as well as chapters 4 and 5, because the quiz does cover those. Okay. The Nature of Research by Leedy. Now, that is really important that you read this. It is actually a scanned 7 pages from what used to be the textbook in this class. So we used to have this textbook. Let's see. Trust me, I want to show you guys so you can say, oh, thank you, man. Used to be this one, Practical Research. You couldn't believe this if I told you, okay, how difficult of a read this is for undergrad students who are trying to do interdisciplinary work. All right, so, but the chapter 1, the nature and tools of research, is so important, so fundamental, because it explains to you what research is not, as well as what research is. But what research is not, don't believe me? You see that? Of course you don't. There it is. What research is not. This is where it's important. Oh, I like this lighting better. No, I don't. But oh no. Okay, there we go. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, I got to get this darker. There we go. Okay, so what research is not, you'll be reading that. Those are really important because you understand the difference between, what we talked about. I'm going to research a trip, I'm going to research a new car, whatever. It's fine that we use that. But at this level, it's different. Okay, what research is a systematic process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting information, data, in order to increase our understanding of a phenomenon about which we are interested or concerned. All right, it's a systematic approach, blah, blah, blah. But read this, it's so valuable in terms of what we're doing. Okay, you're going to also read from the MALS Writing Center. It's a grad school master's degree. However, it's interdisciplinary versus disciplinary research in writing. It's just a one-page website that I want you to take a look at, just to look at the key characteristics of interdisciplinary research in writing. Alan Repko is used in there. He should be somebody that should be really you'd be familiar with in terms of that name. Okay. And then Repko has 10 steps. Remember, we're using Tanner's, though, 5 steps, 5 less, right? But I want you to get some idea. I need you to build up that hardwiring, right? Okay, so those two things are in there. Chapter 4, critical thinking and epistemology, and chapter 5, integrative learning. Important. Again, it's only 8 pages, that's 16. chapter 3 was 14 if you did it or not, and then 1 page on the website and 7 pages from Leedy, and you're well on your way. Okay, then there's a page called IRB Ethics Info. Hugely important, okay? Because when you do research, it needs to be ethically appropriate. You need to follow the ethical standards set up by the IRB, which is an institutional review board. I don't have that written in here. So every institution has a review board. So for example, if you're, grad school and you're going to do a big research project on, domestic um, domestic abuse, something like that, you'd have to get approval from them because their terms about the subjects, the risks involved to them, whether they're minors. So the thing is, we don't have to go through the IRB because the course is too short. This is undergraduate, and we're going to steer away from those topics which require IRB approval. But need to read this, okay, to get an idea. Again, look at this. A lot of this module already is what research is not and what research will not be approved, right? So get a swing on that to figure that out about special vulnerable populations, sensitive subjects, topics, right? Okay, then you're going to get into the meat. This is one of the biggest decisions you're going to make, your research topic. Okay, so while this is worth 30 points, this is not something that's going to be used in the whole paper, but it's going to set your idea why you want to do the particular topic here. Okay, so and you must have an approved research topic approved by me to move forward in this course. All right, submit this in Word only. Okay, it should not be in a numbered list, but include the following. Okay, if you want to do a numbered list, I don't care. I'm just going to say include. I don't care about numbered lists anymore. I'm just say include the following. So I'm changing it right now as we speak. All right, changed it. I have a list of about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 20 topics. All right, potentials. I think they're good. Most of them are way too general, and research is going to be really specific, should be. But because we're just starting out, it's okay that they're more general topics. I'll get more into why it needs to be drilled down and honed down and why research has to have definitive parameters at a later date. But for now, let's get our heads wrapped around what are we going to do? Are you going to do it on climate change, sustainability, domestic terrorism, current political climate, student debt, Black Lives Matters, coronavirus, marijuana, CBD products, pollution, air, light, noise, water, animal rights, food shortage, criminal justice system, artificial intelligence, urban transportation, self-driving vehicles, alternative medicines, health, wellness of Americans, healthcare in the USA? Man, those are some great issues. They're not great issues, but they're issues that are really important in our society today. If you think of one that you want to do on your own, run it by me. The sooner the better, because if it doesn't fly, you're going to have to go back to plan B. All right? But get this turned in because you can't do step 1 until you do it. Until I say good, it's good to go, And I'm going to give you all a little additional information when we do get that approved topic, okay? So that's an important thing. That's due September 3rd. But did I just say that, when is this module over? 8 days. So yeah, it's due the last day of course probably. All right, so then we got a second video. We'll get that one out. Quiz 1. You should be ready to go based on the readings we've done so far. It's 60 points, 30 questions. I'll give you a sigh of relief. 13 of them, I want to say, are multiple choice, and 17 are true and false. Now, worst case is the opposite of that, but either way, it's about half and half, true or false, multiple choice. And I'm giving you 45 minutes. I just changed it today. It was 30 minutes, so it was a minute a question. I'm going to give you 45 minutes because I want you to learn something from it. I mean, yeah, if you have to go to the book, you got to go to the book, but don't blow this thing. It's easy points, okay? And this helps me to understand what do you know? And then Tanner, step 1. I'm going to address this in the second video next week. I think it's next week, yeah. And I'm going to talk to you because it's what we're going to be doing again is so 9.2. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, module 1, Tanner step 1 is due on the 2nd, quiz is on the 31st. Your research topic is due on the 28th. Oh, Lord, we're moving right along, aren't we? I'm going to change that to the 29th, but I want you to get to it. Again, my due dates, as I've said, are fairly flexible, but you got to work with me. You got to meet me halfway here. All right. If you can't get something done, you let me know a day, the day early, during the day. And then I'll give you 2 days, up to 2 days. If you need just one more day, tell me. If you need 2 more days, tell me. After that, we're going to start having an issue because you can't fall behind in this course. Okay. There's just too much going on. Got to find a way to do it. So engage with me if there's extenuating circumstances that require. I've got people on the West Coast dealing with forest fires. I got people in the Southeast dealing with hurricanes. I got people, everybody else, all of us dealing with COVID, dealing with this, that, dealing with weather extremes. Come on, you need to do this so you can cure the ills of the world, okay? Got people up in Kenosha right now. We know what's going on up there. All right, so you're gonna choose that on your research topic. So I didn't really do an Easter egg yet, did I? Let's do one. Easter egg number 1: research adds something. Research adds something. So remember I talked about try to wrap your brain around this. Researchers, okay, what'd you do today when you got up? You know what I did? I breathed. First I breathed in, then I breathed out. Then I walked probably to the bathroom, but then I kept breathing in, breathing out. Okay, you don't need to know that if somebody says, what'd you do today, right? It's already inherently agreed upon that I breathed, okay? That's a weird metaphor analogy, but use that with the research. If you are a environmentalist in sustainability, you don't have to describe the research as what you want to do because that's what you always want to do. All right, we know that. Let's go to the next step. Why is this research being done? It's not because I'm passionate about climatology, environmentalism, sustainability. I'm passionate about it, so I was going to do it. No, that's inherent. We already know that. Okay, take it to the next step. This research is important because it endeavors to add even a sliver of knowledge and new information to the body of knowledge in this field. Okay, so that's very important to understand. Okay, research adds that. All right, yes, when we're researching a trip, I'm learning about the trip, I want to learn about the trip. But at university level research, you're trying to add to the knowledge. Trust me, like I said, look at the buildings in a university. They always say research building, research building. That wasn't built by just people looking up stuff for themselves. They were adding knowledge in their field. All right. Now you're going to do that, believe it or not. Don't let that intimidate you because I got a very easy way for you to do that. All right. We're going to check that box of adding new knowledge, right? I'll get into that when you choose your topic. All right. Easter egg number 2 is to the body of knowledge. Remember, Easter egg number 1 was research adds something. Easter egg number 2 is to the body of knowledge. Now, remember, when you get into that step 1, you're going to be writing a paper that's going to be added to step 2, to step 3, to step 4, to step 5, and become the final paper. So you're going to begin writing this big paper this week, this module. Okay. And yes, you're just going to add them onto each other. You're going to fix up both formatting and stuff, maybe make some corrections based on what my feedback. But this is going to be one nice big paper built on these steps. All right. There's not really a typical way to do research papers. Many of them do many different things. Again, here we're not going to use an abstract. All right. But just remember that. That's when we're really going to start getting into it. Okay. So, all right, let's see here. Yeah, and Tanner, step one, to get that going, you need to get your topic approved to me. To do that, you need to submit the assignment, okay? I'm going to talk a lot more on some things as we move further, but now we're getting into the meat of the course. Now there's going to be some value here, all right? Choose your topic wisely, you know. Uh, in grad school, I was doing my final capstone project was a video production. It was going to be about former refugees from Sudan that I knew here and had been here 20 years, and to kind of do a film on them to integrate my newfound academic skills in video production, in ideology, and African studies, and a lot of areas. My guys, my subjects, they just made it so difficult. I couldn't get a hold of them enough. And so I finally had to just chuck the whole thing halfway through my final semester of grad school and turned it over to one of my artist friends and did an oral history on him. And that's featured on my website in my bio, I think, 33-minute video on him that I filmed myself and edited and stuff. So try not to, it was a challenge, scary to get change gears in the middle of the semester. So you don't want to do that. All right. So we're at 16 and a half minutes approximately. Let's go to Easter egg number 3, and that's going to add on to the first 2 Easter eggs. And we're going to say in a particular field or fields. Okay. Not like the cornfields and the wheat fields. So Easter egg 1, remember that? Easter egg 2, remember that? Well, Easter egg 3 is in a particular field or fields. All right. And once you put all 3 of those together, you'll see that makes sense, hopefully. All right, 17 minutes. Let's call the patient here. I'm just about done. And you guys have a good middle of the week. I don't know what's going on here. I swear every day has been Sunday to me this week. Forks up. Peace. Be safe.